Richard Lane. I'm the projects chairman, or one of the projects chairmen for Friends of Oconee Hill Cemetery. This is tree work to preserve as many of the old trees here as possible, but also the removal of some dead trees, financed in part by the Georgia Department of Natural Resources. Interestingly, it's a federal grant administered by the state through the county to Friends of Oconee Hill Cemetery. Well, there's nothing more important to the character of this natural landscape historic cemetery than the trees. This Victorian cemetery is in what's referred to as the natural landscape design, which was really supposed to be almost like a park or a botanical garden, as well as a cemetery. And so the trees are just, as I said, a vital aspect of its character. Well, this is an active cemetery. It is a historic cemetery, but it is also an active cemetery. Lots are available for sale. Funerals are conducted very regularly. So it's important for us to be able to maintain the historic character, but also to be able to use the cemetery. And so the trees have to be healthy. They have to not interrupt our ability to dig graves. So some trees have really invaded where they're not appropriate, and we've just volunteered. So we have to look at all of those aspects of the trees. We actually think that after the University of Georgia campus, Oconee Hill Cemetery is probably the largest urban forest within the traditional city of Athens. So it is very important. It really does serve almost like a park. The Audubon Society is viewing it as a bird sanctuary. So anyone who wants a natural setting within a city can't find a better one than this. This cemetery was opened in 1856 and then by an act of the Georgia legislature assigned to a board of trustees, and eventually a perpetual care trust fund was established. But the design in the beginning, or the idea, was that every family would look after its own plots. That no longer happens, and unfortunately the perpetual care trust fund is not large enough to look after this cemetery. The city helped a lot through the first century or century and a half of the cemetery's operation. Even prior to consolidation, had pretty much left everything to the trustees. So now the trustees are faced with raising a great deal of money to preserve and operate the cemetery. And my group, the Friends of Oconee Hill Cemetery, are just assistants to them in terms of historic preservation and other special projects.
All right, great.